YouTube, if you're new here, my name's Robert Oliver. I'm founder of the Genius brand, an e-commerce brand that I scaled from 0 to over 100 million in 5 years, largely with Amazon FBA, supplements. Unlike most gurus on the internet, I'm here doing it again, real time. I don't just sit behind a camera and talk. Building a venture fund. I've got a couple other successful brands that I'm founder of, Top Shelf, building that in public. And, we do several $1 million in revenue every single month. And so today's video, I want to talk to you about the future of e-commerce because I see this shit unfolding real time before my eyes. I'm going to get demonetized for that, but whatever. I don't give a fuck about any of that. So real time, I'm watching this world change, right? It's what we talk about in our team meetings every day. It's what we talk about like nonstop. How do we capitalize on this? And so I want to share those learnings with you guys. I think we're in a true golden era right now. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was 23 years old, so 8 years ago. And right now is like, I just haven't been this excited since I was young and dumb. So we got to rewind really quick. We're going to go back to when I was 23. This was 2014. And, history is never a perfect indicator of the future, but we can learn from history. And so I got to kind of set the stage with explaining back then, I'm this young kid who's excited to get into the e-commerce world, right? I'm like looking for what I'm going to do right out of college. I just finished playing, I played basketball and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And this e-commerce thing was interesting. I love supplements. And long story short, I fumbled my way onto Amazon FBA. And at the time, like all the cool supplement brands, they're being sold in bodybuilding.com, GNC, Vitamin Shop, like all these retailers. And I'm like this kid on Amazon who's just, I just go around calling up brands like, hey, you want to sell on Amazon? Oh, we don't, this or that. They had all these misinterpretations of what Amazon was. And that's important when I say misinterpretations because you're going to hear that later. Like, oh, Amazon's a discount site or, oh, Amazon, they just priced my product to the bottom. The brands that stuck with me and I got listed on there, we started doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales back in 2014. Okay, so I go from like relatively unknown to all of a sudden I'm this kid who's running his little agency making, at one point I was making like $50,000 a month before I started my own brands. And the only reason I started my own brands is because I was so frustrated that these big brands wouldn't make the move and fully pour all into this platform that was clearly where all the money was being made, right? And now fast forward, where's Vitamin Shop? Where's GNC? It's like Amazon is the thing. And so if we look back then, that time reminds me of where we're at right now. And back then it was like so easy to make money on Amazon. You could literally throw a product up, get a couple reviews, run a couple ads, and you were fucking printing. Like I remember Genius Burn, we could bid on Fat Burner and it cost like $1 back when you could advertise on weight loss words. It was the Wild West. You spend $1, you make 10. Right. And that's how I ran up that business. Chad scaled that bitch from 0 to 100 million because all bootstrap, no raising money, none of that. And so I'm always looking for opportunities like that. That's my core message. With my content here in general, I'm trying to talk to more established brand owners. Like that's really who I want to reach. But again, if you're just starting out and like you're a young kid or whatever, like you can still apply a lot of these lessons because Amazon now in the current form, I still think it's the best place to reach a level of parabolic scale. Meaning you can go from 0 to a million to 10 million, like relatively profitably if you know what you're doing, just because Bezos has primed customers to try new shit. And so if you have a good product, a good brand and all those things, and you do it right on Amazon, you can succeed. I rock with Amazon over Shopify all day because of that, because of what I just said. The simplicity, the warehouse, all those pieces handled for you. But in terms of like, putting $1 in the machine on PPC or stuff like that, like it just doesn't work like how it used to, period. Like that's the lay of the land. That's where we're at. Enter TikTok. Okay. And before I pour into the actual strategies and what we're doing and all the sauce and the game on that, it's important to highlight that the world is fundamentally restructuring. Okay. Like when and I cannot stress this enough. This isn't even like a specific brand building e-commerce video because, or topic, because when we go on a trip, when we go to Tokyo, okay, or we go to Switzerland, she doesn't go on Google and search best restaurants in Tokyo. She doesn't go on Google and search best restaurants in Switzerland. She doesn't use Bing. She doesn't use any of that shit. You know what she does? She TikToks that shit because she actually wants to see it. Okay, she actually wants to see like the food. She's not looking at the reviews. She's not looking at Yelp. She's TikToking it. So how is that information presented on your phone? And that's how the world's restructuring, right? New ideas. The top songs on Spotify, TikTok artists, right? Artists of the future are being born through this short form phenomenon. The world is fundamentally restructuring. Business gurus, Alex Hormozy, Pineda, like all these guys are born in this short form era. Cody Sanchez, right? And so it's fundamentally restructuring how information's, given, and therefore the level of reach and awareness you can achieve by simply mastering this form of thing. Like, look no further than Andrew Tate, right? Everyone knows the rise of him. Multiple TikTok accounts. Genius TikTok discovery strategy, period. If you haven't seen that whole video, you can check out the one I did with Jake Tran. We go in super detail on that actual model, because that brings me to my next point of how to make millions with a brand today. It's with this app. It's with this game. That is where the traffic is cheap and plentiful. So how do you crack that code? And how are brands of the future being built? There are a lot of different things that go into that, right? Like, first, obviously, you need a product that stands out. You need a good product. You need to solve a problem. There's all these different things that go in there. And you're seeing these brands being born. Peachy Slime, right? That's one that's extremely successful. Mini Katanas, another one, extremely successful. And all they've done is crack a short form content machine. These guys are putting out content in short form, format with a very specific structure that reaches the masses, and therefore they're able to build a real brand, a real business. Tabs Chocolate, you've seen my video with Oliver. If you haven't, check that out, because he literally goes into the strategy I'm about to talk about, right? And when you look at that system and what these guys are doing, that is the future. And so old heads, God forbid I never become one. God forbid I never become one. But old heads, they'll tell you that TikTok is just a platform for shaking ass, right? Just like the motherfuckers told me back in 2014, the Amazon is just a discount platform, right? Like, they don't have the Van Cleef, they don't have the Rolex now. And so if you're telling me that TikTok's just a dance platform, or you're telling me that TikTok is just a place for kids, you're missing out on millions of dollars that I am making. Shout out my business partner, Jimmy Farley. Like, shout out the whole TikTok system that's come together, because this is where brands of the future are being built at scale. Okay. So Top Shelf, one of what I'm the founder of right now, my prized possession, what I'm pouring everything into. When pre-TikTok system, we were doing like 150 to 200,000 a month. By plugging in this system that's similar to the Tate system. So the basic idea is you have creators that know how to make product content, that run their own accounts, that put out several videos per day. Okay. And we're doing that at scale. We took that business from 200,000 to 800,000 with the same product mix. And with new products, we'll likely take it to be a multi-million-dollar business. And I'm saying this on camera, and I'm giving it to you. And this is the way of the future. This is like, I can tell you all the game, and it's still not easy per se, right? Implementation is not easy. Finding these creators, it's not easy, right? They run through, most of them run through our organization, period. And just the mechanics that go into all of it. But conceptually, that's going to take that business from 800,000 to several million a month. What we do with it from there, how you leverage the other pieces. Obviously, there's influencers, there's all these other things that are all shifting at the same time, right? So how do you create a brand in today's popular culture? But I just wanted to let you guys know, like, the future is that. It's that. And honestly, too, it's not like pretty per se either. The content that works for discovery isn't necessarily pretty. It's not what it was in the Instagram era. Right? Things are shifting. Gen Z's different. Like, attention's different. And I just wanted to leave you guys with that this is where things are going. I wish you all the best of luck with it. I am documenting the Top Shelf journey publicly on IG. I would love for you to tap in with me there. If you got questions, you can hit me up on there as well. And let me know what you think about this video too. I might start doing more of these where I just run the camera. It's like 9 o'clock here in Puerto Rico, and just talk my shit and try to throw game on you guys wherever I can. I hope you absorb it. But anyways, keep building. And what else do I like to say? If not now, when?